Hey guys, so here we are with another episode of Coffee and Conversation in the lovely House of Vacuums.
House of Vacuums, baby.
I have a very dear friend of mine, but also a colleague that we do a lot in business together, Ty Cannon. He is with Berkshire Hathaway Carolinas Realty.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
One of the best.
The
The
best.
I love that. Yes, love that. So we're going to talk today about home organization, um, the importance of having a organized and clean home for real estate showing. I'm sure it's
Right.
important.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, having the right products. And then we'll touch a little bit on central vacuum.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's get into it.
So this one also, we're going to do a little bit of open dialogue. So it's not where this was not scripted.
It's definitely not scripted.
So when it comes to listing a home, and again, I'm not a real estate expert here, so what is the importance of like staging and having a decluttered, organized? I'm a vacuum line person and
Right.
carpet,
Right.
so give us a rundown.
Sure. Well, when you list your home, clutter is important. Declutter is more important.
Okay.
What you want to give the appearance of is that your home is larger than it may seem, right? You want to
Okay.
create that open space, welcoming, free-flowing environment. And
Sure.
if you've got a lot of clutter in your home, or you are still boxing up items, or still have furniture in the middle of the floor, it can make the house feel a little bit smaller than it is.
Okay.
And when you're selling your home, we don't want to create any opportunities for folks to create negative things in their mind. Well,
Sure.
we want positive things.
All positive.
So yeah, clutter is a really big thing. We want to declutter.
Okay.
We want to minimize items in our room as much as possible.
Okay.
The cleanliness that you touched on is the most important thing, though, when you're listing your home. Why?
Yep.
If I walk into your home and it's dirty, I don't want to use the word dirty. Let's just say it's not kept as well as
Not
it
kept.
should be.
That's
Okay.
good. That's good.
Let's say it's not kept as well as it should be. We start subconsciously in our head thinking, well, have they taken good care of the home?
Oh, that is a good point.
Right. Then we start maybe looking for things that otherwise we might have just breezed past.
Sure.
Right. So making sure your home smells nice when the person first enters the home,
Sure.
making sure your house is cleaned and it looks like the floors have been well taken care of.
Mhm.
It's going to help you in two ways. It's going to help you not have the potential buyer looking for things that we don't want them looking for necessarily.
Sure.
And it's also going to help you when it comes to repair requests. For instance, let's say I walk into your home, you've got a few dogs,
Yep.
and the floor has not been cleaned by maybe one of your steam cleaners or one of your nice vacuums, right?
Okay.
I may ask you for a cleaning credit at closing. Or I may even go so far as to say, Cory, we would like for you to replace the carpet. Why not just go ahead and have the carpet cleaned and keep it clean, and we just go ahead and omit that and take it out of the equation, right?
I get that.
So
Yes.
so keeping a home that's decluttered and open, like an open feel, and also a very clean home gives us the impression,
Mhm.
whether it's true or not, that you have maintained your home well.
I get
Right?
it. So
That
the
could-
illusion of cleanliness.
Yeah.
Yep.
And why make an illusion when cleaning is so easy?
It is.
And it's available to us? It doesn't need to be an illusion.
And a point to that is, on the flip side of my business, just like you, education is key.
Right.
And a lot of people don't realize that some of the products that we carry are out there.
Mm-hmm.
They mentally only know of, aisle 13 at Target. And it's a struggle. But the products that we carry make cleaning easy.
Absolutely.
So again, like you, education.
Mhm.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you summarized it very well. But subconsciously too, your buyer's agent, if you're working with a realtor that knows what they're doing and what
Yep.
they should be doing,
Uh-huh.
we're nitpicking your home when we walk into it. And I will speak for me personally. If I walk into a home that's been well maintained, it's clean, I can tell that it's been cared for not just this week, but maybe since you've lived in the home. Maybe I open a door and I see a nice Miele sitting in the closet,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of back off a little bit, and I'm still, required, and I'm going to look for material facts and do things I'm required to do. But I'm going to back off of that a little bit, and I'm going to start looking for some other important factors,
Okay.
right? Because I know you've got a great machine,
Yep.
and it's obvious you've been taking care of your home.
Sure.
But like I said, and not to reiterate it too much, so we can move on, but if you start seeing little things, well, if they're not just vacuuming and maintaining something as easy as a carpet,
What else could they
have they
be?
been servicing their HVAC system?
Sure,
You know,
sure.
have they been
Yes.
doing what they should be doing in other areas of the home? And then
Yes.
that's when I start digging deeper into those things. So, moral of the story:
Yes.
if you're going to sell or list your home, remove clutter
Mhm.
before you even, go down that path of let's list it,
Okay.
and make sure you're maintaining a clean, a very clean home. It's
Mhm.
going to tenfold money come back to you by doing that.
When listing.
Yep.
And I have to ask, do you like vacuum lines?
Oh, vacuum lines are a must, an absolute must. I know we're all busy,
Mm-hmm.
but when you list your home, you've got showings coming up with all
Sure.
this technology.
Do you advise to vacuum before the owner's?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think it's buying a home a lot of times is about a feel. How do you feel when you walk in the house or drive up to the house?
Sure.
How do you feel when you walk in and you see those fresh vacuum lines on the
yeah.
carpet, right?
Yeah.
Even when you go home and you see
Yes.
this in your house, it makes you feel some kind of way.
Yes.
The same thing is there when you're selling your home. We want that feeling when we walk in. So
Mhm.
yes, if you can vacuum your home right before somebody comes by
Let's
and
go.
leave those nice, pretty lines in the carpet, it's going to show off the carpet at its best.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, thanks for covering
Sure.
that. Let's pivot into very briefly, because I don't want to make a big subject of this, but in homes, um, with central vacuum, how often do you see it in the homes that you're working with in a truthful form?
Not nearly enough as I should.
Okay.
hmm I think central vacuum is.
And speaking of, you have
Yeah,
central at home.
I do.
Mhm.
It's my first house that I've had central vacuum in.
Mhm.
I absolutely hate it. I don't recommend it. I'm messing with you. I'm messing with No, I led into that to say I didn't know. You don't know what you're missing until you don't.
That is
You have it,
correct.
right?
That is,
So
and speaking of, truthfully, me and Ty are great friends. I went over after he had purchased the house a couple months, and I see him running around the house with, I won't say the name, of a stick vacuum, and I'm like, why are you using that?
Mhm.
And so we done a couple upgrades, and since then it's been a moral difference.
Yeah, I think the new attachment that you gave me
Mm-hmm.
with the carpet specifically, that was a game changer. So if you have central vac and you're not liking it or you're not using
Mm-hmm.
it, there's a reason. And
And a lot of that has to do with 20 years ago
oh,
they were
right,
okay, but they have had so many improvements since then of the
right,
new modern tools and the units and just
mhm,
the efficiency
right,
of them.
right,
And now that you've seen the new stuff, you're like, this is
right.
nice. Yes.
Yeah, so if you're not using your central vac and you have it, there's a
Mm-hmm.
reason why you're not using it. It's probably because there's something about it you don't like.
Yep.
I was the same way, and he's like, "Oh, I'll just bring you a different wand," and it was as easy as switching out just the attachment.
Correct.
I was blown away by that.
Yep.
But the central vac to me is such an easy way to keep your home clean.
Mm-hmm.
They're in every single room.
Yes.
You don't have to drag around a hose or drag around a cord.
Mm-hmm.
Even in my kitchen, we have the little kick things where it
van.
just sucks up the dirt, right off the floor in the kitchen.
Yes.
So central vac is great. I do not see it nearly enough. And here's the thing: if you have a custom home that is luxury, and we'll consider luxury $750,000 or over,
Yep.
you better have central vacuum in your home.
Yeah.
It is a must.
That's what I tell any customer that is building a custom home, because the one thing that a lot of people always sidecar is how they're going to clean that home.
Mm-hmm.
If you have that, let's say, forever home,
Mm-hmm.
that is 750, a million, 2 million, the size of that home is probably going to be rather large.
Mm-hmm.
So cleaning that needs to be easy.
Right.
There is some amazing portable machines we sell, but when it comes to that, central vacuum is the easiest.
Right.
And it's also the most hypoallergenic.
Sure. And let's get a little bit more. I don't know the word here I want to use.
Granular?
No. Transparent maybe.
Okay.
If you have a luxury home and you don't have central vac, it's kind of like the new people from out of state that just joined the country club.
Oh yeah.
Do you know where I'm going with it? I know we don't like to be pretentious and whatever, but I will tell you, we're all that way a little bit. And when I walk into a $750,000 plus home and I go to look for the central vac to see when it was serviced or whatever, and I don't see it, I'm very surprised. There's a reason behind that. It's because people expect it.
Yeah.
If you're building custom and you're going to build in that price point, go ahead and put it in your home. It's really not as expensive, and you may
No.
touch on that at the end. But here's another biggest factor that I want to make mention. I have somebody come in and clean my house now. I've been getting a little busier, which is great. And I don't want, I know this sounds bad, and Hannah, I love you. You're amazing. This is not towards you because you're the best. But you don't want somebody bringing in their own vacuum that's been at somebody else's house. I want Hannah or whoever comes into my home to go grab my central vacuum unit.
Yes.
It's my house with my adorable little dog Jax.
Correct.
And it might not have just left somebody else's house that may not have the same cleaning standards I have. And I know that's horrible to say, but
no, it's not.
We're trying to be honest and transparent.
That is one thing I have been so transparent about. Outside of the questions we get weekly, daily, number one is vacuum odors, but second is about housekeepers and others bringing vacuums into your home and from home to home.
Sure.
Because again, you hit that nail on the head. Not everyone has the same standard of cleanliness. Right. Not that it's bad, not that it's good, but that's why you invest in a good vacuum, central vacuum, and they use your product.
Right.
If you don't have that product, then that's something you need to invest in, because when you're bringing those vacuums from home to home, it is essentially throwing their, let's say, dirt. For better words. Skin cells, other things throughout the home, as well as you don't know how clean their carpet is.
Sure. And something else too, Corey. I mean, we don't know if their vacuums have been serviced correctly or if it's even working.
Correct.
I've seen your videos that where some of your machines, and God knows I sell real estate, not vacuums, but some of the machines will vibrate and pick up dirt, and others won't.
Correct.
We don't know what they're bringing into your house to clean with. I mean, if it's not been serviced or if it's not the right equipment, it's really not doing a lot but giving you the illusion that it's doing its job. So if you have a central vac unit, and again, these other brands are great and stuff, and I have them too. I have sticks and uprights. But if you have a central vac unit, you know what it's doing. You know it's doing the job, and you know it's going to stay in your home, and it's going to be serviced. It's going to do what it's supposed to be doing. And you're not bringing and carrying things from your home to somebody else's or vice versa. So please, if you do not have central vac, it's not that expensive. It's just a few $100,000. And it's really not. And maybe you can do a question and answer. Let's not talk about it. Let's have people put in the chat or put down below what you think a central vac unit costs.
Let's do that, because that's because the flip side to that is central vacuum is people think it's very expensive.
I thought it was very expensive.
Yes.
And when we first started talking about that, I've got some new construction homes coming up. When I was partnered with Corey of saying I want to put these central vac units in the new construction, tell me a little bit more about the installation. I was extremely surprised at how inexpensive it was.
Yes. Now, can it be lavish? Can it be expensive if you want, let's say, the Rolls Royce of everything? Because we can customize down to the color of the outlets.
Oh, now that's
we can get
way above my trailer upbringing.
The general consensus is it is a lot more affordable now. 20 years ago, 30 years ago, it was a lot more expensive.
Yeah, kind of like flying. I mean, you had to sell a kidney in the 70s to take a flight. Right?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, so I think central vac is great. It's very underutilized.
It is.
Even still so by me. But when you look at the benefits and, your cleaners coming in if they're doing it, even if you're doing it yourself at home, it's really something that I think most people should have.
Correct.
And it doesn't have to be luxury.
No.
You can put central vac in almost any home.
I can put central vacuum in any home, and it's not a matter of if, it's just some homes, if it's already built, how creative we can get with it. But personal experience and in business, have never encountered a situation that we couldn't
make it work.
Correct.
Love it.
Correct.
Love it.
Yes. So we've covered central vacuum. We've covered organization. We've
decluttering.
Covered decluttering.
Keeping the house clean when you go list it.
Exactly. So how can people find you through social media?
Yeah. So my preferred method is Instagram.
Okay.
Ty Cannon Realtor.
Okay.
Call, text, email. I'm sure you'll put all that on there.
I will.
I work anytime you're up. So you can call, text, email, send me a message, whatever your preferred method of communication is. That's what I'm here for.
Okay. And can you assist others, say, outside of the triad?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Peak to beach. If you want to buy in Boone or you want to sell in Wilmington, we will help you anywhere in the state. Okay. Absolutely. Now, we're experts here in the triad.
Sure.
Born and raised here. few houses down
That's
from
right.
here. Yeah,
That's right.
not far down from here. So, the Triad is where my
Meat and
expertise
potatoes
is.
are.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
that's where my business is. But I have a home in the mountains. I just sold a house up there, so
Yep.
very familiar with the high country,
Yep.
and can also assist you at the beach as well. And if we're not, able to, we have partners all over the state that we can get you paired
Good.
up with.
And also, you guys know, you know how to reach us. You're watching this now at the House of Vacuums across the board. TikTok, Instagram, you name it, we're
Snail mail
there.
everywhere.
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 And then if you reach out to us, I can pass you directly on to Ty as well. So
Sure.
I think we kind of covered
Yeah.
everything.
I think to recap, keep your home clean. Start now.
Yes.
If you think you're going to sell in the near future, keep your home clean. And just think, what would you want to see if you walked in to buy as well? Would you want to walk into a nice, clean home that somebody's well maintained? If you've not considered central vac, please do.
And then on the flip side, maybe central vacuum is not for everybody. At least reach out to us. We can give you guidance on the vacuum that you need.
Yep.
Because I always say there's not one vacuum that fits
for everybody.
all.
Right.
Correct.
Yep.
Correct.
Cool.
All
This
right.
has been fun.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by.
Of course. Anytime.
We've got a couple more of these scheduled out. Probably in about another 2 weeks, we're going to have another guest in the store. So stay tuned for that. Like, subscribe, and as you know, we love what we do. DM, call, or text. Thanks, guys.